finally picked up. Like, I'm trying to talk to you about this. This is crazy. So, I know, well, first of all, how are you today? How are you feeling? How have you been lately? I feel like we just like haven't talked in so long, and there's so much I need to catch you up on, but I want to make sure that you're like in a comfortable space to be able to like hear good news from me, hear some life-changing news from me. So how are you feeling? Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that you're feeling good, and if not, I can call you back. But if you are, then oh my goodness, let me tell you what happened. So you know how usually like almost every year I go visit Marcus because like we've been best friends forever, like literally since middle school. Like we've always talked and we always remained close. I mean, in high school, you know, it kind of got a little shaky just because, you know, like high school, you just go to like different paths. But like when we graduated and then he went to the military, we both like still remained cool. Like he wrote me a letter. Sadly, I never wrote him back, but that's neither here nor there because now we're here, so whatever. But yeah, so I was just doing one of my usual like going to go visit him in Alabama visits. It was a good time, and I went down there for his birthday. It was a birthday trip this time. Usually I go like in the summer or sometimes like in March, but like this time I went for his birthday just because I was like, this is just like perfect timing. So yeah, I went to go visit him for his birthday. I didn't know at the time, but his mom and his brother were also coming down, and one of his other best friends surprised him. So it was just like perfect timing. Like, let's all go visit Marcus for his birthday. So it was a great time. We were having fun. We were doing all these like outings. We went to like one of our favorite bars in Birmingham called like Pilcrow. We went to like this impromptu like random soccer game or baseball game. I can't even remember right now. But then we were going to like dinner and things. Like it was just a good time. Then his mom left and his brother left like maybe 2 days before I was supposed to leave. So we spent his birthday with his family and it was fun. We did Topgolf. And so it was like a little bit of like flirty vibes between us before we left, but it's so crazy because before I even left to go on this trip, it was Valentine's Day, and of course like I was single this year, so I didn't have a Valentine or anything. I went out with Dominique, which was such a vibe, and we did like a Galentine's thing. And I actually went out with my parents like a few days before Valentine's Day, and I was just like talking about my trip, and my dad's like, Shalise, why do you keep going to see him? Like, what guy just visits with a girl that he's not interested in? And I'm like, oh my god, like please, like this is my bestie, can you stop making it weird? Like we're besties, could you not? My dad was just like, no, like, because of course like even sometimes like Marcus helps out with my ticket to get there, so it's like, I don't know, I just thought it was normal. Like, you're in the military, you got money, you can help your bestie out. But yeah, so my dad just like he's not just your friend, but I'm like, we're literally just friends. Like most of the times when I'm going to go visit Marcus, a couple of the visits he's had a living girlfriend, so it's like it's never been that vibe. I've gone down and I've been in relationships during the time. This time it was our first time both being single at the same time, so that was like a different dynamic. But other than that, like it's always been strictly gang, platonic. That's my bestie, that's it. So yeah, anyway, so I get down there, and so his mom leaves and his brother leave. And actually that day on his birthday, okay, wait, jump back. Before I went down there, it was kind of like flirty vibes, but I was just in a transitional period, like really wanting to go to esthetician school. And then I found out that there was an esthetician school in Birmingham. So I just like texted him being funny, like, I'm just gonna move in with you and I'll just sleep on your couch. And he's just like, okay, I'm down, like whatever, because like we're best friends, it's not a big deal. So that was like the whole running joke for a minute, like before I was going on my trip. And then even a few days before that, or a few days after that, I was at work. I was so stressed out over a situation. This guy that I was talking to was just super toxic, and I just texted Marcus and I was just like, what did I text him? I was like, all right, it's time. And he just texted me back and was like, to get married. And I was just like that was what I was talking about, because it's like a running joke with us, but it was just like, what the heck? Like, what the heck? But it was just funny. And I was just like, yeah, like, I'm so tired of being single. Like, I'm just literally ready to accept the single auntie life. Like, I'm just gonna be the rich auntie. I'm just gonna do benevolence, be the rich auntie, be an esthetician, and be done with these, because it's just not working out for me. It's just not working in my favor. So sorry, I'm also in the process of like trying to like get this Lego set done. This was like one they sent me with another that I got. I mingled the box. But it's fireworks celebrations. They sent it to me with a gift. Well, with another one that I ordered. So I'm just trying to build this one while Gleamy takes a little nap. Yeah. So, any Hoosiers, where was I? Oh, so yeah. So, went to go visit, his parents left. And it was like flirty vibes at the restaurant. So, not the restaurant, I talked off. And I'm like sitting there like on like Hinge. And this is part of the story, like I never really tell anybody. But I'm like sitting on Hinge, like I was a app girly in my single days. Like, love the apps. Shout out to Hinge forever. Not that it clearly ever went anywhere, because it's not like I met my husband on Hinge, but I honestly suggest it. I think that you put in what you get out of it. So like some of them, it's like, you are clearly just looking for one thing, but then other people are looking for serious things. So it's just like, I think you'll attract what you want, you know? But anyway, so yeah, I'm like on the apps, like who am I gonna link with in Birmingham, Alabama? But whatever, I'm just sitting there on there. And Marcus is like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm looking for the hoe. Yeah. But he was just like, oh my goodness, like I cannot believe you're sitting here like looking for guys while you're out there. Like, you should just delete it. I'm like, give me a bubble. So what you about to do? And then literally he deletes the app off his phone. I'm like, bestie, what is happening? I'm on what you want. So I deleted Hinge off my phone. So it was just like, whatever, let's do it. If we're doing this, we're doing this. So then we like take a break after Top Golf. His mom and his brother went to go chill at their hotel. Then we went back to his place, and no, before that, after Top Golf, we went to go to a soccer game. And we're at the soccer game, and he's like in my ear, like, I want to kiss you. And I'm like, bestie, like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, oh my goodness, chill, because like his mom's there. And of course, like, I've known his mom since like childhood, but it's like, chill. So yeah, so fast forward, we go back to his place, and he's just like, I want to kiss you. And then we get to a little smooching. It's like, oh my goodness, this is my bestie. Like, what is going on? So after that, we ended up just like taking a nap, just chilling, and then woke up, went to go get pizza with his mom and his brother. And then after that, the next morning, he leaves to go drop his mom and his brother off at the airport super early in the morning. And then we get back. I mean, he comes back, and it's just a vibe. Like, we were watching, I think, Cheer, like the beginning of him just watching all my stupid shows. We were watching Cheer, and we had just got some sushi. I think you can go inside if you want. You experienced it with me for a few seconds. Nah, not everything.
Not everything. It's just cold.
It was like a rainy day, which like never happens in Birmingham, but I love rainy days. I loved rainy days a lot before I got to Germany, but like I love a rainy day. So we just ended up getting some sushi. I fell in love with like crab rangoon for the first time because they make it so perfect at this place. But yeah, I got like crab rangoon, and we're just eating sushi. It's a vibe. Like, you know, we're throwing back shots. Like, it's just chill vibes, like rainy day, cute, cozy vibes. And so, of course, the drinks start flowing, and he's like, we should get married. And I'm like, what? But he literally gets like, he's literally like, no, seriously, like, Shalice, I think you're my soulmate. Like, we're both single right now. We've known each other for how long? Like, we should just get married. And I'm like, you're tripping. He's like, no, like, I really believe like you're my soulmate. Like, I believe in all that you do. I believe in benevolence, which is my business. I believe in just everything your heart desires, and I want to support you in those ways, and I want to be with you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, bestie, relax. And he's just like, yeah, like, I want to marry you. And I'm just like, oh, whatever, like, whatever. So then he's like, if we aren't together by the time you leave, we're not going to be friends anymore. And I was just like, what? Like, you're not going to be my friend anymore? And he's just like, no, like, I don't, like, I've seen what it could look like if we were together. Did I skip a part? Where are the people? Oh, I did skip a part for the people. But he's just like, I've seen what it can look like together. And I was just like, you know, me, I had just got out of like a terrible random relationship that I randomly decided to get in. And then before that, I was messing with somebody for like 3 years off and on. And it was just like clearly not what I needed in my life, but it was just kind of like, that's the situation that I was in. And I mean, I was single. Like, this was probably the most single I had been in years. So I was just like, well, maybe we could just talk. Like, you know, we could just try and date and just see where that goes. And he's just like, what we need to talk about? Like, what are we talking for? Like, girl, I know everything about you, because we were literally besties. Like, I hate it now, but it's like he literally knew everything. Like, we knew almost everything about each other. So it's just like, what are we waiting for? Let's do it. And then he's like, we should get married tomorrow. And I'm like, what? And he's like, pinky promise me you'll marry me tomorrow. I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. Like, let's do it. Look at this little guy. You'll have to do the thing for you to see. Can you see him? Can you see him? Okay, whatever. But yeah. So woke up the next morning, and he was just like, and I was just like, you was tripping yesterday. Like, you was doing your big one with all those words. And he was just like, I was dead serious. Like, I'll marry you. And I'm just like, what? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, seriously, like, we could get married. And I'm like, whatever. So we're just playing there. And then all of a sudden, chit chat, parched. Where got me this cup? Big Roche. But anyway, all of a sudden he's like, what's your dad's middle name? I'm like, what are you doing? And he's literally filling out the marriage license paperwork. Which is so crazy. Like, we're just laying there listening to Drake, listening to More Life, like one of our favorite Drake albums, because it like always fluctuates, whatever. But yeah, we're like just laying there. He's just like, what's your dad's middle name? I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, bro? So yeah, then he is literally filling out the paperwork, and I'm just like, this is happening. So then as he's filling out the paperwork, well, this might have came before, but I just Googled like marriage requirements for Birmingham, Alabama. And then basically the law is literally just like, don't be brother and sister. Like, they get real sick out there in Alabama. But yeah, it's basically just like, don't be brother and sister. Like, you don't need a witness. You don't need 24 hours. Like, in Maryland, it's like you gotta wait a couple hours or something. Like, you gotta wait a day, you have a witness there. But in Alabama, it's literally like, sign here, you're married. Crazy. So we fill out the paperwork, and he does it literally all on his phone. Like, that's so crazy. But he fills it out all on his phone, and then it just so happens, that's another thing. So our anniversary is 2/22/22, which is like, we're so corny for that. But it was just like, to me, it's just like, oh, this makes sense. Like, come on, like, why wouldn't you get married? Like, all the signs were there, so you should just do it. But yeah, so we fill out the paperwork. We don't even have a printer, so we literally are like on Google Maps, on Apple Maps, like, where's Walgreens? Gotta go to Walgreens to get this paperwork printed. Then we're like, oh, we need a notary. So then we have to go like to some random UPS store, find a notary. I didn't even know that people did stuff like that at UPS stores, but we find a notary and go to them, and then we're just like, you know, all these stops that we're going to these places, we're just asking like, what's your marriage advice? Because like, it just so happened that all the people we're running into were like married, and they're just giving us the typical marriage advice, you know, just communicate, just listen to each other, don't go to sleep angry. I hate that advice. As a married woman now, go to bed. Seriously, go to bed. But yeah, so, you know, people are just giving us our marriage advice, and it's just so weird because it's just like, what are we doing right now? Like, this is crazy. So literally at every stop of the way before we're about to get out of the car, we're just like, are we really doing this? Like, are you sure? And then we're both just like, yeah. It's like that tweet where it's like, two dumb girls in a room saying, you ain't wrong, bestie, or telling each other definitely, like. So yeah, so we go to the we go get the paper printed, we go to the notary, and then we literally just go to the courthouse, and
Goodness gracious.
we go in, they make us raise our hand or whatever, and of course so many people are getting married that day because it's like 2/22/22, this is gonna happen for hundreds of years, like, let's do it. But it's just like, we go in, the lady kind of got funky attitude, I won't lie. She's kind of mean. It's like, she's probably like, my boyfriend didn't propose to me and all these people are coming and get married today. She probably was tired of her dude that day. But yeah, so we go in, she puts the stamp on the paper. First she was like, this is the wrong size paper, but we'll let it slide. It's like, oh my goodness, you're really being a hater right now. But so she puts the stamp on, and then we're married. So I'm married. What the heck? And it's crazy. And then we literally just go to this bar for happy hour, and we're just taking shots, and we're just like telling people like, oh yeah, we just got married, and they're just buying us, the restaurant gave us like a free dessert. They're like giving us free shots, like, oh, this is on us, and people are just like congratulating us. And then it's just like, we are legit married. Oh, and my flight's the next day. I'm literally leaving tomorrow. So it's crazy. So we just have a good time at the bar, go back home.
Spouse is over everything.
Spouse is over everything.
And you're my spouse. I don't give a fuck about a career. I don't give a fuck about a job. I'm like, you are my everything.
Just me.
Yes.
You love me.
I love you. A lot. So much. More than you love me.
How you know? Why you keep saying that?
Because I just love you more.
You think so?
I'm always going to love you more.
Why you always gonna love me more?
Because I'm always outdo you.
She's trying to be a husband, y'all. You win every time?
Yeah, every time.
You just love me so much.
I love you more than you love me.
That's what you think.
That's what I know.
Even on my best days, you're gonna be like, nope, I still did a little bit more than you. I never win the love competition.
It could be my birthday. And you could do so much for me.
It could be your fucking birthday.
It could be my birthday. You do so much for me, and I still outdo you.
And then wake up the next day, and I have to go home. And it's insane because I'm a married woman. Didn't have a ring, but I was going home married with a marriage license in my hand, and that was it. It was so funny because we literally went from besties to marriage, which is an insane jump scare. And I remember that day that we got to the airport early, and it's so funny because I visited Marcus millions of times, and usually it's just like,
I'm a fault with.
Like, okay, bye, whatever, drop you off. But like this time we like got to the airport early. We were just sitting in the parking lot. Like I remember like Googling like questions to ask someone you're about to marry. Like, we're literally sitting in the parking lot doing questionnaires, like getting to know each other in a marriage way. And it was just so interesting. And then like we're leaving and we're like kissing and we're like hugging, and it's like, this is weird. Like, you're my husband. Like, this is so weird. But I mean, then I went home and we were like, what are we gonna do? He was trying to wait to tell his mom, like, what do you think this is? I'm like, no. When I get on this plane, by the time I land back in Maryland, Mama Monique better know something. So, yeah, so I got in the house. Well, first I got picked up by Dominique. She took the news very strongly.
Yeah. And am I finna crash this car? Don't crash the car. So I may or may not. Bitch, just spit it the fuck out. I may be married. Shalice. Like, legit. Tell her, just say it, bitch. That's it. I'm married. Shalice. I'm serious. Look. Shalice, I got married. Why would you? I'm finna throw this out the window. No! Not the marriage certificate!
But got home and yeah, I went in the house and I was just like, yeah, so Mom, I have to show you something. If I can like find the video, like I'll show you later. But yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I have to tell you something. And I show my mom like my marriage certificate and she's like, what? No. And I'm like, yeah, girl.
You can't tell me that today.
You look pretty. Oh, it's the watch for me. Look at the watch. Oh, and then the earrings are just blank. Wow.
I'm giving you all rose gold.
It's a whole vibe.
It's a whole lot.
Roses with the rose gold. Okay.
Rose, okay.
Look.
We got it. You're lying. You are not. You are kidding me. Y'all are not.
Let me see.
No. This is fake, right?
No, it's not fake.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Hold up. Oh, this is crazy. Today?
222.
Did you show you that?
No, not yet.
What are y'all doing?
What do you mean?
Alright, what does this mean?
We're married.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
No. How did you get married?
We just did it.
He's your friend. You said he was your friend. And
He's my husband now.
He's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. This is bananas. This is bananas. I should have known when I ain't hear from you all day today. It's not real.
It is
No,
real.
it's not.
That's real. I mean, that's the coffee, but that's real.
Oh, yes, it was Tuesday. This is crazy. I can't wait to see the dance with
Girl, yeah, girl. She's like, did you tell your dad? I'm like, no. She's like, let's go tell him. So then I go tell my dad, and my dad's like, what? That's fake. I'm like, what? No, it's not. Like, who? Y'all think I'm that pressed for a husband? Like, and he's just like, call him right now. Get him on the phone. So I call him, and then my dad literally just goes straight into dad mode of like, wow, so you married my daughter, huh? And then it's just like, well, now all her bills are yours. Congrats. But yeah, so I got married and it was crazy and it was fun. And I do it 1,000 times again, exactly how I did it. I felt like my parents, a little other background, my parents have got married within 3 months of knowing each other. They met on October 7th and they were married by January 5th. So I've always been like, I believe in that love story. And they've now been married for, I'm not good at math, like maybe 34 years, I think. 34, maybe. Yeah, I think it's 34 years. And I've always, or maybe 32, I don't know. Hey Siri, how many years ago was 1990? 34. Okay, so they've been married for 34 years. But yes, I've always kind of believed in just doing it. Like, if somebody's gonna sit around and be like, oh, I don't know, leave them, because you really do just know sometimes. And I've always known that that was gonna be my fairy tale. And people will be like, girl, you are living in La La Land, thinking that you're just gonna get married out of nowhere. But look what La La Land got me. Not even to be that person, but like, no, seriously, like, I'm so thankful that I never gave up on love, because I done been through some things that will make you give up on love, seriously. But I just always knew, like, I know love exists, and it seems so corny, but it's like, I know love exists because I'm literally full of it. Like, I'm so full of this beautiful thing. I know there's somebody else who has it. And being friends with Marcus, like, I remember we go through situations in our relationships, talk to each other about it, and just be like, never actually say it. Like, I've tried to put him on with my friends before, like never actually said it, but like, on some, we're literally perfect for each other. Not, that's the wrong, but like, it would always line up, but it was just like, oh, you're just my bestie. I don't see it like that. Like, I always looked at him as like this perfect human being. And of course, we're married now, so you see different sides of people, but it's like, I always just looked at him like, you're gonna make somebody a good husband one day. Never thought it would be me, but I always thought, like, dang, whoever like gets to end up with you is gonna be so blessed, like, so lucky to have you. And I'm gonna cry. Oh, that's so ugly of me. But like, I am happy that it gets to be me that gets to have him, because he's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man. Like, I'm happy that we get to do life together, that we get to choose each other every day, that this is who I get to figure it out with, that now who I get to have a kid with. Because if I was doing this with any of my other suitors, I'm glad God be having the final say, because if it was up to me, I would not be feeling how I'm feeling now. I know I wouldn't. Like, I just know I wouldn't. So I'm thankful. So yeah, I got married. That's crazy. Let's chat later. I'm gonna go cry now because I'm emotional, but I hope you enjoyed this. And of course, you know what to do if you enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.